our family is in an interesting season right now. Between my family at home as well as my church family, we're in interesting seasons right now with lots of there's lots of stuff that's just way bigger than us that we don't know what to do with, and it brings lots of fear.
Sure.
And what God has been telling me is that lately, I think I have been worshiping my fear instead of worshiping Him. And what that looks like is, you know, I said that I'll let you guys in a little bit of our family, but like, you know, my wife and I are foster parents right now, and we've had these two children in our home for a year. We've had the one was 3 months old when he came, and we've had them for a year now, and we are at this point where we have like a caseworker telling us they're going to go back to be with mom. They're going to go back to be with mom. They're telling us this, and that's always the goal, right? For foster care, that's the goal, is reunification, for mom to get healthy and for the kids to go back. But mom's not healthy, and it's really hard for us to keep hearing that, you know, they're going to go back, and knowing they're going to go back into this situation that we don't see as right, you know?
Sure.
And so as I pray, I find myself not asking the Lord about it because I'm afraid of what His answer might be. You know, I'm afraid that He might tell me something that I don't actually want to hear or don't want to know. And so as I was telling Robbie, I think I was cherishing that fear so much that I avoided God. Like, I avoided coming to Him with what is the greatest need in my family right now. I avoided coming to Him because I was afraid He was going to say, Phil, yeah, they're going back. And, you know, it was like it was all I could think about. Yet at the same time, I wouldn't go to Him with it. And I was singing 2 weeks ago. God, for those of you who are worship leaders, you know, the worst thing and the best thing is when you're doing your set and like halfway through your first song, you realize the Lord is saying this to you. Do you believe this?
Yeah.
Is this what you think? Like, we're singing that old hymn, Solid Rock, right? In Christ the solid rock I stand. Starts off with, my hope is built in nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness.
Yeah.
And I start singing that line, and it's like the Lord is saying, are you hearing this? Are you listening?
Oh, man.
Are you listening? And,
Are you talking to yourself?
yeah. And then, you know, of course, this is what Robbie and I were talking about. Of course, the Lord would have us do the song It Is Well on that day.
Sure.
Right? The song where we have to say, whatever, Lord, it's good because it's of you.
Amen.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Lord, it's good because it's your thing. And
Yes.
I mean, I got to that point where the Lord was just very clear saying, Phil, you don't believe this right now. But we were doing we were doing a combo of the old hymn and then the Bethel version. And the Bethel version says that, so let go my soul and trust in Him. And very clearly the Lord just said, nope, you're not trusting. You haven't let go of anything. You're cherishing this. You're cherishing your fear. You're holding on to your fear. And so the Lord has, he kind of hit me with the sledgehammer that Saturday night. And singing through your tears is like one of the most miserable and freeing feelings. Like, together, you hate it because you're so vulnerable in front of people, and you're like, this is just awful, and I'm a mess, and this is stupid. But then on the other hand, you're like, this is kind of the best, and it's exactly what I need. So
Sing through them.
that was what the Lord was saying in that moment was, Phil, you need to believe this. You need to believe this enough that you're willing to go with it and to come to me and trust. And so that night, it was like the Lord just brought me to that place. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't come to Him. Like, He literally brought me to this place of seeing that He was worth trusting. Even when I didn't know if I was going to like His answer, He was still worth trusting. You know? And so it was so good for me. And then now this last like week and a half, I've been, okay, Lord. I still don't think I am okay with what your answer might be. But I see that you're really good and that you really care.
Yeah.
And that even if the worst thing in my mind happens, I still have you. And that's good. That's enough. And I've been, like I said, I would love to say that I've been learning that through my deep study of the Word and my wonderful walk with Jesus, but that's not how I learned it. I learned it through my sin. And I learned it through making an idol of my fear. Worshiping my fear instead of worshiping my Savior. And so that's what the Lord has been telling me lately. He's been reminding me how worthy He is of my trust.
Thank you.
And He's been reminding me how He loves, like specifically in our family, He loves my two kids more than I do. And our church, some of the hard stuff we've been walking through in the last year, He loves my church more than I do.
Yeah.
He loves this ministry and the people who are involved there more than I do.
Yeah.
And He is going to work all things together for their good, right?
Amen.
Just as much as He will work all things together for my good.
Thank you, Lord.
So, yeah, that's what He's been telling me lately, and I kind of wish He wasn't, but He is.